Hey there, folks. Welcome back to another movie review. This is actually my favorite movie of the year, 2023. At the time I'm filming this, I'm going to be talking about Barbie, the fantasy dramedy. That's the way you can describe it. That's how I'm describing it. This is a PG-13 movie, an hour and 54 minutes, and directed by Greta Gerwig. And it is a very interesting movie. I am a Barbie fan, a casual one. So when I heard that there was a Barbie live action movie, I was like, all right. Um, my favorite Barbie media is the Barbie Life in the Dream House. It's hard to explain. They know their toys, but they're making fun of themselves. It's a great show. I'd recommend it. And the only other Barbie movie I've seen is Barbie Spy Squad, which I thought was fine. I might see a few of the other ones that people really like. But this one's very different. This isn't really, it's not necessarily a kid's movie, although it is extremely ridiculous in a lot of the things it does. I love this movie for three reasons: the cast, the production design, and the story. All of that makes it really appealing to me. And it's just different. It's not a sequel or a reboot or a prequel or a TV movie or a remake. It's technically original because there's never been a Barbie live action movie, but it's obviously based on the Barbie brand by Mattel, which is not new. So it's technically not new. It's hard to explain. But this type of Barbie movie is new because it is mostly for adults. Kids can like it. There are definitely a lot of things kids will like. But there's a lot of commentary, I guess, sort of politics, a little bit of that in here. There's themes of feminism in here, which if you didn't, it's not bad. It's something that you would probably expect from a Barbie movie. And if you know the director, you probably are not surprised by this. Oppenheimer also has politics, but it's a little bit different. Yeah, I wasn't bothered by any of the messaging in this film. People say it's anti-man, it's woke, it's terrible. It's none of that. It's like talking about the human story. It's more about the experience of being a human and a woman and a man. It's like all those things. So it's pro man, pro woman, pro life, pro human. It's it's not it's making fun of men and women, but not in a bad way. It's almost it's a cheeky, funny type of thing. But anyway, we do have a star-studded cast, like Oppenheimer. I'm not going to mention everyone. That's just going to take so many minutes, but I'm going to mention, of course, Margot Robbie as Barbie. Well, she's stereotypical Barbie. We'll talk about her later. She's the main character, of course. She also produced it, which is cool. Ryan Gosling, of course, as Beach Ken. His, Ken is fantastic. We also have Michael Cera as Alan, one of the standout characters. We also have America Fennell as Midge, one of Barbie's friends. And then we have Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie. She's probably the most, Barbie. She's the most relatable version. It makes sense. Plus, we have a few of the real world characters interacting. So we have Will Ferrell as the CEO of Mattel, and then we have America Ferrera as Gloria, a mother, and then we have Ariana Greenblatt as Sasha, her daughter. So yeah, we have a lot of characters. Plus, John Cena shows up at one point. It's hilarious. I'm not going to spoil where he does show up, but it's great. Yeah, there's a lot of characters in this, and this is basically, if you've seen The Truman Show, which is a movie I highly recommend, Jim Carrey, fantastic drama film, one of his best movies. That movie is very similar to this one. In fact, I'd say another movie that's similar to this is Wizard of Oz, the original, where you have this character that's not in their world. She's trying to adjust, and, Dorothy in this case, and, she needs to go back home, and she makes friends with people, and, she finds her way home. Similar to Truman from The Truman Show. It's very similar, but the vibe is very, similar. And yeah, that's Barbie's story essentially. She is perfect, living in Barbie land. All the Barbies and Kens are having all these parties and going on the beach and dancing and having a great time and just doing Barbie things. And the stereotypical Barbie, of course, the main Robbie's Barbie, she experiences like a crisis. She starts getting cellulite and flat feet, and she starts, having bad breath and falling off her roof. So she goes to Weird Barbie's house, and she tells her that there's been a rift between the real world and Barbie land. So she goes to the real world to try to find her owner and try to, figure out what's going on, what's wrong. And Gosling comes along as Ken, and Barbie's like, "All right, you can come," and they both go to the real world, and it's just great. Um, it's interesting. We go from Barbie Land, which is all practical, by the way. That's all real. Everything is, well, 95% of Barbie Land is real. Aside from the matte paintings in the back, which, oh, those are great. And when they go from Barbie Land to the real world, that's all practical. There's a few CGI elements, such as the beach battle, but it's not like distracting because this is like a silly type of movie. But it also is a drama. There is emotional elements as well, quite a few of them. It's not just a dumb comedy. It does have some heart to it, which I was not expecting. I thought it would be just super silly all the way through, and that would be it. But no, Barbie's story is actually kind of emotional between her and her owner. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's honestly great to see, and I almost shed a tear. Okay, it was close. I'm not gonna say when, but and also Gosling, freaking Ryan Gosling, man. This man, whoever doubted him as Ken, bruh, like come on. If you haven't seen this movie, he steals 90% of this film from Barbie. Margot Robbie is phenomenal, of course, but Ryan Gosling as Ken, oh my word. His every time he opened his mouth, it was hilarious to me. And I love this, like, I'm a big fan of this silly kind of comedy. It's very similar to the Lego movie too, because Emmett is also an outsider and he gets pulled into the real world. It's very similar, if you know what I mean. If you've seen the Lego movie, Barbie is they have very similar themes, which I'm sure is not a coincidence. And also they have Will Ferrell as well, both of them, so that's okay, that's another connection. But anyway, Gosling is the best part of this film to me. I mean, obviously Barbie is also, but his performance is just so funny and dumb. And at the, I don't want to spoil it. It's very unexpected what happens kind of at near the end. Um, he was great. In fact, every single actor is fantastic in this movie. Even if they don't get a lot of screen time, it's still amazing. Like, they do a great job playing a Ken, or a Barbie, or even, Alan. But Michael Cera as Alan is the one of the best things ever. And I will not hear otherwise. He has a fight scene, it's great. There's not a lot of action in this film, but it's great. There's a car chase, there's a chase in the Mattel offices. Um, it's not like there's not a lot of ton of action. There's the beach battle and there's the dance. I guess you could call the dance party an action scene. I guess. But anyway, um, I just loved how it's just a different type of movie. It's like it's ridiculously funny. I was laughing 90%. I've never laughed more in any movie than I've laughed in this one. And I've seen hundreds of movies. So, I don't know. It's probably my sense of humor, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of this. And I love all the costuming. It's all the costumes are gorgeous. Whether it's like the Ken's dance suits or President Barbie's getup or even Will Ferrell's simple tie and suit. It's so good. Like Margot Robbie is just a beautiful and like she's in every single Barbie costume ever and it's just great. I think my favorite costume of hers is probably the It's probably the rollerblading outfit, or it's the car outfit when she has the I think it's a beret when she's like driving to the real world first. I have a lot of favorite costumes. Ken wears fantastic. I like his jean jacket. He's got like the Mojo Mink, the coat, and it's I like his Barbie shirt. It's so good. Um, I have a lot of favorite scenes. I think my favorite. There's a lot of favorite scenes. I think it's either the Mattel HQ chase scene or the beach battle. There, or maybe the journey to the real world. There are just so many good scenes in this, and all of the housing of Barbie Land is so great. And I do have a complaint. Actually, two complaints. The movie runs 2 hours pretty much, but in the middle of the film it kind of slows down a little bit. It's a little bit slower. The first and third half of the film are very kind of fast, but the middle is a little bit slow, so that's a bit of a issue that I have. It's not like a big problem, but um, yeah, and also the movie kind of has two endings. You'll know it when you see it. It's interesting. I do think it maybe should have ended a little bit earlier. I do think the movie is a little bit too long for a comedy. It should have been a little bit shorter, like maybe cut down 25 minutes or so. Because most comedies are an hour and 30, 35, 40 minutes. This is like almost 2 hours, so it it's a little bit long, but everything is so fantastic that it kind of doesn't matter. It's just something that I wanted to point out. Um, yeah, the comedy is great. You're gonna laugh at something in this, whether it's a little joke or a long joke. And there's even one point where the narrator, Helen Mirren, who is great by the way, she cuts in and she says that Margot Robbie isn't the right thing for this. You'll know it when you see it. And there's also a powerful monologue by America Ferrera as Gloria. That was great. I could see some people not liking all the messages, and some of it's a little heavy-handed for some people. I can understand. This approach is not for everyone, but it's kind of celebrating everyone in a way, every human, every Barbie and Ken. It's great. Um, and also one more thing I wanted to mention: the real world scenes. I could see people complaining that they're kind of boring, but honestly, it didn't really bother me that much. In fact, the real world was kind of as silly as the Barbie Land. So I don't know. That made sense to me. It's a very surreal movie. It plays with your senses. It feels kind of. It reminds me of a Tim Burton movie, kind of, which is a good thing, I'd say, in my opinion. But yeah, I really love this. I love that it was different. It was funny. It had some good messages, and it also was heartfelt. So yeah, it wasn't just like this dumb thing, but one of the best movies of the year. It's gonna win an Oscar. Something's gonna win an Oscar from this. Something is. Just wait. Original song, one of the songs, one of the production design, actor. Something's gonna win, and I hope something gets nominated for this film because this was great. Let me know what you think of Barbie. Do you like this movie? Do you not? What do you think of the cast? Do you like um, the direction that they went with for this one? And what is your favorite Barbie movie? Let me know down below. Do you have any suggestions? I'd like to know down, just for future reference. Thanks for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. I will have a spoiler-filled this episode pretty soon on this film, so if you want to check that out, stay tuned for that. Until then, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Check this movie out if you're interested, and I'll see you later.